All right, so do you guys remember that when I was explaining how that 156 euros ended up in my account? And I explained to you that I did not ask for a refund or anything like that. I'm going to start showing you a little bit of receipts for some of these targeting matrix coincidences that have been happening since I've decided that I'm going to work from home. Keep in mind that you can also look at my podcast. I have the same internet right now that I had months ago for the past 6 months, and you can see that all of the podcasts, like the Wi-Fi is fine, and lately the Wi-Fi has been acting up, especially when I'm doing podcasts or job interviews in my house. And I've tested it in other locations, and although the computer is a little crappy because the processor is a tad bit old, it does not go that slow for other things. ChatGPT, like I said, helped me fix up this computer. It was not the best computer. You see, it's like from AliExpress. Okay, this is from, the site. You can see the dates when I ordered it, when it was supposed to come. It came on the 29th. Everything, blah, 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 was good. But, it was, shutting off. It was doing, weird things. And it was, just things, I guess with ChatGPT, I could do it, but I wouldn't have thought to, fix all of those things by myself. So that worked out, right? So all of a sudden, let's go to the next picture. So here's the next picture. So here you see by the 11th of August, okay, I see that I have 156 euros and 56 cents in my account. I showed you the last one. I don't know if anybody can read French or not, but I did not ask for a refund. That laptop is still here. I'm going to actually show it to you right now. So here's the laptop. This is the laptop. It's still here. So I was like, okay, I don't really even care. Let's imagine it's from God. AliExpress has not asked me or said anything to me, whatever. So I said, I'm going to use the money, like I said, because I'm working from home. I don't want to be around these NPCs. I want to be in my house on my own schedule, preserving my own energy. I'm going to use this money since this laptop is slow, but I need a laptop. I can still use it for stuff. But I'm going to buy a tablet because I need it to work from home. And obviously the processor is going to be super fast because it's probably going to be more modern, right? So I order the tablet, and I just know, because if you are a targeted individual, you know that the devil's just trying to get under your skin. Lo and behold, let's see what happens next. The package arrived empty, believe it or not, and no one took anything out of it. There's a delivery guy there getting a bit nervous, because now I'm like, wow. All right, I'm going to show you that it came empty. And it's all right, y'all can see my last name because it's everywhere. I have books and everything else. So look at how many kilos that package weighed. It was only 0.77 kilos. So obviously if you're mailing a package, you know that that's just the price of the envelope, right? That's just a bit fishy. But then again, it's really not when we live in a simulation. And at the end of the day, like I said, so many things that have happened to me, and I was really buying the narratives, and I was out there suffering. My poor kids didn't even have a good Christmas this last Christmas because we were leaving Barcelona, and I'm thinking this and I'm thinking that, and all of that. And when you come to realize oh, wait a minute, no, it's just that you might be someone awakening the masses, and they don't really want you to live, basically. They don't really want you to just, survive, because at this point I'm in my house. So what does this teach us? At the end of the day, besides that, they don't want me to succeed, because I am a type of person that I always succeed, but I always succeed because of Jesus. I always succeed because I trust in God, because I pray, because, that's who I am through Christ. So this is not something I feel in the Mediterranean, in this region, where maybe there are other religions competing for dominance, that they want as a symbol. So they try to make my narrative out to be oh, well, if she's gaining all this success or blessing every time, it must be for something bad. No, it's through Jesus Christ. So just remember, Jesus came to this world, and he came to tell us that this was a simulation, and he was out there glitching it up, healing sick people here, multiplying fish there. And he said, we can do more than that. We can even do more things than him if we just have faith and we believe and we put our trust in God. I mean, I don't even know. No one can ever, after all of these things that I've seen, and I'm just showing it to you guys because people don't believe these things. Like I just had a field day, like when this happened, right? At the end of the day, obviously with Amazon, because remember, the computer came from AliExpress. The tablet I ordered from Amazon, 2 different companies. But you know, when things like that happen, like I said, hold them accountable. I swear to you, I go back into the real world because people have to, in the real world now, explain it to me. And I need compensation every time the devil does some crap like that. So, because obviously they're trying to disrupt my workflow and how quickly I can be, you know, the devil can only delay you, but he can never stop you because the will of God is the will of God. And nobody's going to hide, you know, the truth of Jesus Christ. At this point, we are ascending and we are rising. And he's just trying to keep as many souls down with him as possible. And people who are chosen ones, people who are flame carrier souls, all of us that are out there spread out around the world, like I'm not necessarily out there preaching or doing anything like this, but just living authentically through Christ and following Christ. And then, you know what I mean? Like it's destiny swapping from the enemy, trying to not allow what God, the role for you that God has already ordained, and he cannot override what God has already ordained for your life. I don't know. A lot of things I could say about this. The same thing with the Wi-Fi. Like I said, the Wi-Fi started going slow. I had to get a technician to come and give me a real world answer why all of a sudden, every time I'm working or doing a podcast with people talking about uplifting or Jesus, like that, the Wi-Fi goes out. All right, I'm hanging in there, guys. I'm hanging in there. I just want you to see a little bit what the warfare is like sometimes. It's not sometimes what you think. These kind of things are done on purpose so that, for example, that evening when, you know, you see like your stuff doesn't come, you're going to get irritated, you're going to get flustered. No, I just remain very calm. And I said, that's fine. We're going to work it out. It's all going to work out. The enemy does not attack what is not a threat. And he already knows that he's defeated, and he already knows where I'm going. And that's straight to the top. That's all I wanted to say.